Good afternoon, friend. In last lecture, I discussed what is sterilization, then different methods of sterilization, that is the classification of sterilization, and the physical method of sterilization or the physical sterilization. In that, I have seen the dry heat sterilization. Today we will see the next point, that is moist heat sterilization. Yes, in moist heat sterilization, first that is autoclave, then second tyndallization, and third that is pasteurization. Yes, in moist heat sterilization, first that is autoclave, then second tyndallization, then third that is pasteurization. We will see one by one. In moist sterilization, here heat is applied in the form in moist heat sterilization. The heat is applied in the form of steam or just boiling. In this method, the heat is applied in the form of what? In the form of steam or just boiling. This method includes autoclave, then tyndallization and pasteurization. First, we will see the autoclave or autoclaving. In autoclaving, the substance is subjected to sterilization in an autoclave, a steam sterilization equipment. It is called as what? Autoclave. It is a steam sterilization equipment. Keep in mind, yes, autoclave is called as what? That is steam sterilization equipment. Then it is the most common method of sterilization used for drug, as it is powerful enough to kill the bacterial spores. Why it is used for drugs? Because as it is powerful enough even to kill the bacterial spores. Then the bacterial spores are in the form of, yes, the bacterial spores are the forms of bacteria and which are inert. Yes, what I am saying, these bacterial spores are the form of bacteria and which are inert. They form a rigid cover over the cell wall. They form a rigid cover over a cell wall during the harsh climate. This cover prevent a damage to cell and drying of the cell. Then by steam distillation, this form of bacteria are also killed as the steam destroys the cell wall. Next, we will see the principle of this autoclaving. That first, the principle of the autoclave or the steam sterilizer is that the water boils when its vapor pressure is equal to that of surrounding atmosphere. Yes, the principle of what? That is autoclave, or it is called as what? Steam sterilization. The principle of this autoclave or the steam sterilization is that the water boils when water is boiled when its vapor pressure is equal to that of surrounding atmosphere. Hence, when pressure inside a closed vessel is increases, the temperature at which the water boils also increases. And the saturated steam has greater penetration power. And the saturated steam having the greater penetration power. Next, when steam come in contact with cooler surface, yes, what I am saying, when the steam is come in contact with cooler surface, it condenses to water and give up its latent heat to the surface. Yes, when steam comes in contact with cooler surface, it condenses to water and give up its latent heat to that surface Then the condensed water ensures the moist condition for killing. The microbes present. Yes, this condensed water, what it ensures? It ensures the moist condition for killing the microbes which are present. Then all microbial cells are destroyed by denaturation process and coagulation of protein. Yes, keep in mind, all microbial cells are by destroyed by denaturation process and the coagulation process. Next, we will see the pressure, temperature, and time relationship for autoclaving. Yes, it is important for MCQs and also your practical viva. Yes, we will see the pressure, temperature, and time relationship. If the pressure is 10 IB or it is unit for pressure it is IB or the square units, then temperature it is in degree Celsius and time it is in minute. Yes, if pressure is 10, the temperature is 115.5 and time for this it is 30 minutes, that is 30. Then next pressure 15 minute 15, then temperature 212.5 and time for this it is 20 minutes. Then pressure if pressure 20, then temperature 126.5 and minute it is 15 minutes. Then we will see the working of this autoclave. Autoclave consists of what? First, exhaust valve, then safety valve, pressure gauge, operating valve, then steam chamber, door, then media flask, sediment screen, thermometer, pressure regulator for steam supply, then ejector valve and media flask, and then steam jacket. These are the parts of autoclave. Then we will see the working of this autoclave. First, the object which is to be sterilized, it should be packed in a material. Yes, the object which is to be sterilized, it should be packed in a material which will not create any obstacle to a steam penetration and a removal of air. Then next, the material can be packed in tubes. Then bottle closed with cotton, stopper, then flask plugged with cotton or loosely applied screw cap. Then wrapping cloth or the plastic or craft paper may be used for wrapping of the instrument. Yes, wrapping cloth or plastic paper or the craft paper, it may be used for what? The wrapping of instrument. Next, place the sufficient water up to the required level in a chamber and place the material on the perforated tray just above it and close the door to seal it completely. And to close the door to seal it completely. Next, that is open the manual discharges tap and the heating start. The safety valve is adjusted to the required pressure. You have to adjust your required pressure. If you want this pressure, that is for example 10, then you can set this pressure. Then the steam air mixture is pressure is reached to the required level. Then holding times needed for sterilization are indicated in table of, and the autoclave allowed to cool till the pressure gauge indicate that the pressure inside the autoclave. Then finally the autoclave is opened and unloaded. So this is all about the working of autoclave. So this instrument we will use in practical. Then we will see the merits of this autoclaving. First, it is rapid and effective. Then second, it destroys the microorganism more efficiently than the dry heat, and therefore a shorter exposure at a lower temperature is possible. And therefore the shorter exposure at a lower temperature is possible. Then it can be used for large proportion of official injections. It can be used for a large proportion of a official injection. Then this next merit, it is supplied with dry saturated steam porous material and can be sterilized without damage. Yes, next merit, it is supplied with dry saturated steam porous materials and can be sterilized without damage. Next advantage, equipment or the component of rubber and certain plastics such as nylon and PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, will withstand the conditions. Next, demerits of this autoclave. First, it is sensitive to items sensitive to heat cannot be sterilized, that is heat sensitive material, it cannot be sterilized by the use of autoclaving. Next, it is unsuitable for anhydrous materials such as powders and oils. It is unsuitable for anhydrous material, that is powders and oils. Next, it cannot be used for injection in articles such as plastic that deteriorate at 115 degrees Celsius, that is 115 degrees Celsius. Yes, I am repeating the demerits. First, that is the items which are heat sensitive, it cannot be sterilized by the use of what? By the use of autoclaving. Then second, it is unsuitable for what? It is unsuitable for anhydrous materials such as powders and oils. Next, it cannot be used for injections and articles such as plastics that deteriorate at 115 degrees Celsius. So this is all about autoclaving. Next point from this moist heat sterilization, that is pasteurization. So what is pasteurization? This is the method. This method, it is a process of heating the milk at a temperature of 60 or the 72 degrees Celsius for 3 to 4 times. Yes, this method is a process of heating the milk at temperature of 60 or the 72 degrees Celsius for 3 to 4 minutes. Here the alternative heating and the cooling kill all the microbes and molds without boiling the milk. Yes, here the alternative heating and the cooling kill the all microbes and the molds without boiling the milk. Yes, we will see the method of pasteurization. First, the batch pasteurization, that is, it is also called as a VAT. The batch pasteurization or the VAT pasteurization is the simplest and oldest method for pasteurizing the milk. And then milk is heated to 154.4 degree Fahrenheit. In degree Celsius it is 63 in a large container and held at the temperature for 30 minutes. Then this process can be carried out at a home on the stovetop using a large pot or for small scale dairies with steamed heated kettles and the fancy temperature control equipment. In batch pasteurization or the batch processing, the milk has to be stirred constantly to make sure that each particle of milk is heated. That is, in batch pasteurization there is need of continuous stirring. Why it is required? Because to make or to ensure that each particle of the milk is heated. Therefore, it is the need of stirring. Then high temperature short time pasteurization, that is HTST, capital HTST, that is high temperature short time pasteurization. Both flash pasteurization is the most common method and especially for the higher volume processing. Then this method is faster and more energy efficient than batch pasteurization. Though the higher temperature may give the milk is slightly cooked flavor, and HTST pasteurization has been used for so long that peoples are used to the flavor. Then we will see the basics of HTST pasteurization. First, cold raw milk, that is having temperature 39.2 degree Fahrenheit or in Celsius, it is 4, is fed into the pasteurization plant. Yes, first step, cold raw milk, that is having temperature 4 degrees Celsius, and in degree Fahrenheit it is 39.2 degree Fahrenheit, is fed into the pasteurization tank. Then second, the milk is passes into the regenerative heating section of the plate heat exchanger. Then next, the plate heat exchanger is basically a series of stainless steel plates stacked together with some space in between, forming a chamber to hold the milk as it is passes through. Then let's call the odd number chamber, that is A chamber, and even number chamber, that is B chamber. In regenerating section, cold milk is pumped through the A chamber, and while milk that has already been heated and pasteurized is pumped through the B chamber. Then heat from the hot milk is passes through the cold milk to the steel plate. Yes, the heat from the hot milk is passes to the cold milk through the what? Through these steel plates, and this warm the milk to 134.6 to 154.4 degree Fahrenheit, that is 57 to 68 degrees Celsius. Then next, the milk passes into the heating section. The milk is passes into the heating section of the plate heat exchanger. Here, hot water in the B chamber heat the milk to at least 161.6 degree Fahrenheit, and this is the goal temperature for STST pasteurization. Yes, for MCQ it is important. Which is the goal temperature for STST pasteurization? That is 161.6 degree Fahrenheit, and in degree Celsius it is 72 degrees Celsius. Then the hot milk is then passed through the holding tube. It takes the milk about 15 seconds to pass through this tube. It requires 15 seconds for passing this tube, then fulfilling the time requirement for this method of pasteurization, that is remembering the D value, and the milk has been officially pasteurized once it passes through the holding tubes. Then this pasteurized milk is sent back through the regeneration section, where it warms the incoming cold milk, and this cool the pasteurized milk to about 89 degrees Celsius. 89.6 degree Fahrenheit. In degree Celsius it is 32 degree Celsius. Then in the last part of the process, the cooling section of the plate heat exchanger uses a coolant of the cold water to bring the milk to 39.2 degree Fahrenheit, that is 4 degrees Celsius. So this is all about the method of pasteurization. Next we will see the tyndallization. So what is tyndallization? It is the method of fractional distillation, fractional sterilization method. Yes, what is tyndallization? It is the fractional sterilization method. The method was official in BP, that is British Pharmacopoeia, in 1932 for sterilization of medicaments unstable at 115 degrees Celsius but able to withstand low temperature heating. The method was used for the sterilization of culture media, and in this method the solution to be sterilized, this sterilization It is suitable for what? Medicament which are unstable at 115 degrees Celsius but able to withstand with low temperature heating. And the method is used for sterilization of culture media. Then in this method the solution to be sterilized is packed and sealed in its final container and heated at 80 degrees Celsius for 1 hour on each 3 successive days. Yes, what is this process? The material which is to be sterilized is packed and sealed in a final container and heated at what? Heated at 80 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. For 1 hour for on each of 3 successive days. Then the first heating destroys the vegetative cell but not the bacterial spores. Yes, the first heating destroys the vegetative cells but not the spores, and these bacterial spores germinate into the vegetative form in the interval between the first and the second heating and are killed in a second heating. Then the third heating, it provides a safeguard against any spores which may not germinate until the second interval. The next, this method was deleted from BP in 1930 by the fourth addendum in 1941 and replaced by heating with a bactericide. Yes, keep in mind what I am saying. This method was deleted from BP in 1932 by the fourth addendum in 1941 and it is replaced by heating with a bactericides. So we will see the merits of tyndallization and demerits of tyndallization. First, because of greater penetrating power of the steam under pressure, the microorganisms are destroyed more efficiently than the dry heat sterilization. Yes, first merit, because of greater penetrating power of steam under pressure, the microorganisms are destroyed more efficiently than the dry heat sterilization. Then the method is applicable for a wide variety of material. Next, that is this method is applicable for wide variety of material and for large load. Next, the spores are easily destroyed by moist heat sterilization. So this is all about what the merits of tyndallization. Next, that is demerits. The first, during autoclaving, the pH of aqueous solution gets changed due to the water loss. Then oils don't get sterilized in the autoclave as they are hydrophobic in nature and they don't allow the steam to penetrate them. Then next, the autoclave sterilization is not used for thermolabile substances, that is powder and plastic that melts. Next, we will see the applications. First, to sterilize the aqueous solution, then for sterilization of saline solution, then bacteriological media like nutrient broth and sabrod agar. Then next application, to sterilize the surgical dressing, then rubber gloves, then plastic fabrics and surgical instrument. Then next application, to sterilize the different glassware like pipette, petri plate, flask and different metal instrument. So this is all about the autoclaving, pasteurization and tyndallization. I will stop here and next part we will see in next lecture. Yes, next part, that is remaining part of physical method, that is radiation sterilization. Yes, in radiation sterilization, first, that is by use of ionizing radiation, and second, by use of non-ionizing radiation. Or the first, that is by ionization radiation, and second by non-ionizing radiation. I will stop here.